One Finger Death Punch is probably the most fun I've had from a game that looks like it belongs on a Flash website. Developed by Silver Dollar Games, it launched just about a year ago, but looking into the company's history, they seem to put nothing out but shovelware, and even then, it's difficult to find out a scrap of information on them. So, when you see a game that looks like this, and with a history like this, you can't really expect much, but holy hell, this game is amazing. One Finger Death Punch provides a player with only 2 buttons to play with, and it is all it needs. Most fighting games would require multiple combos or intricate strings, but One Finger Death Punch brings it to the most purest form, pressing. With only 2 buttons to press, the game feels much more like a rhythm game, where you keep in beat and flow, but rather than with music, it's killing people. The gameplay is orgasm-inducing. Each hit has its own weight to it, and the controls are so responsive, which need to work for a game like this. I've never played a game where the fighting could be so much fun. The closest thing to this pure badassery would probably be Dynasty Warriors, but even then, Dynasty Warriors is behind a 2D game that looks like someone shit out during their regular restroom schedule. Oh, did I mention the game has no movement? Yep, when I said there are only 2 buttons, I meant it. When playing One Finger Death Punch, your character is completely static until an enemy enters the zone. Then you can retaliate. However, of course, there are also variations with the enemies, so it doesn't become a button mashing fest, which the game also negates with a mechanic where if you miss twice, you lose health. So, you need to be precise. Every click counts. Also, with the variation of enemies, there are enemies that drop weapons which your character can pick up, enemies that dodge, enemies that take more hits to kill, and enemies that when attacked enter a special brawler mode in which time slows down and you must execute a certain order of clicks. But obviously there's some stuff to help you along the way. Throughout the game you can unlock certain passive upgrades that activate throughout each fight with certain requirements, such as killing a person will grant you a freezing shot or increased range, etc. There are also 2 main modes to choose from, levels and survival. In levels you play through, well, levels and slowly complete the map stages. When completing the levels, you are awarded points which add up to your matcheries, which seems to just count the score. In levels, each stage has its own gimmick, so whether it's fighting in the rain, defending against ranged weapons, fighting a mob, or a timed attack, One Finger Death Punch has enough variety to keep it interesting and from becoming stale. Now, in survival, it's pretty basic. You just try to survive against a never-ending siege, so how can this be different and unique? Besides the fun of trying to live longer each time, the mode also provides 2 other variations, Blind Survival and No Look No. In Blind Survival, it essentially gets rid of the zone meters, so you can't tell when the enemies are within range, so you kinda have to guess. Now, No Look No, I honestly don't even know why it's in the game, but hey, it's a silly mode. As you can see, it's just survival with a cat named Luca covering your screen. Cute. Okay, moving on, the gameplay is perfect. Honestly, I have no qualms, so what about everything else? Well, the art is meh, but it works in the game's favor and has a certain charm to it. But it does look like the developers just took it from a Microsoft clip art and slapped it on the game. But hey, it works. The music, as far as I can tell, is all royalty-free stuff, but even then it's a great selection. So, do I have anything negative about One Finger Death Punch? Well, if it means anything, the lack of options. The resolution bothers me quite a bit, and with only 2 screen modes, windowed and full, it's pretty bare. You can turn off the music and sound, but that's about it. But with how simple of a game it is, I guess there's not really a reason to complain about its lack of options. Overall, One Finger Death Punch is a very, very simple game that can provide lots and lots of fun. I've never played something so simple, but can be so skill-based. It's only $5 on Steam, and it'd be a crime not to play it. I hope Silver Dollar Games remakes or gives a more polished sequel in the future. For now, One Finger Death Punch gets a 9 out of 10.
For the sunrise, one thing is on my mind. Need to take the stress and throw it all away. Feelings to discover, knowing undercover what it is you really mean to me.